my name is Kat and this is my vegan experiment. Today I want to talk to you about something that's been happening on the YouTubes a lot, and that is a lot of people quitting veganism. When I went vegan about 2.5 years ago, this was at the beginning of this kind of worldwide conscious shift towards veganism, and I felt since then that basically the whole world has followed suit. Interestingly enough, this is actually a whole theorem, and yeah, you can check it out. This is what it's looking like. It basically means that whenever there's a new technology or trend, it picks up really quickly. It kind of shoots up to the top, and then once at the top it starts to fall down a lot, which is where we are right now in terms of veganism, with a lot of influencers or people quitting after it didn't work out for them for reasons A, B, C, and D, which we'll talk about later. And then it's eventually going to plateau out where the real users and, you know, the actual stable, sustainable level of veganism is going to be reached. So unfortunately for the many of us who are vegans, whether it's ethical vegans, environmental vegans such as myself, or health-based vegans, these other vegans are giving us a bad name. Now, I think Mike the Vegan, he explained it probably the best, and I've watched several other kind of commentary channels talk about it, and yeah, check those out. And I really haven't done many reaction videos or anything, but it's getting to me, especially because Raw Alignment, so Elise from Raw Alignment, was one of the people I started watching about 3 years ago, and she kind of was one of those people who encouraged me to try the vegan lifestyle. She looked so healthy, happy, and she kept saying it was the best thing she's ever done for herself. And you know, just like many of the people watching her, I listened to her advice. Now, I'm not sure who, I'm very sorry I forgot your name, but made a very good point that majority of these health, vegan, fitness people on YouTube have a very young audience. So generally people from 15 to 25, generally again it's 80% or so women, quite impressionable, and a lot of things like juice cleanses, fasts, eating raw fruit kind of helps cover up eating disorders. So eating disorders are a massive issues, and they, you know, people who are vegan, people who are omnivores, all sorts of diets, you can still have an eating disorder. It's just, I guess, from what I've seen, especially from these videos, is that if you are vegan, it's almost easier to cover up your eating disorder, since you say, oh, well, I can't eat that because I'm vegan, rather than because you're sick. But what's happening is these trends and these quick diets and these fads have been promoted in such a way that you'll lose weight, how to keep a flat stomach, all these things that the media has been pushing upon us since we were little girls, that yeah, of course we want to try. We want to have a flat stomach. We want to be as fit as possible. I know I'm guilty of this as well, where I've clicked on those videos and been like, wow, those girls are so tiny and so skinny, and it made me feel really bad about myself. So I can imagine that for a lot of people, if you watch these videos, then you want to follow it. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you want to see it, I like doing a lot of research. I am a scientist by trade. I studied physics, so before delving into anything as serious as switching my diet, I decided to do a lot of research, and that's how my vegan experiment actually came to be. So this is an experiment where I decided, hey, I'm going to try this vegan thing, but I'm going to do as much research as I possibly can. So I watched videos by Mike the Vegan, I read books like The Starch Solution, I read scientific studies, I went through all these things, And I also watched all these beauty gurus and things like that. I have been wanting to maybe try the raw vegan diet. That's something that's been kind of coming into my mind, like, wow, they keep saying how great they feel, they're skinny, they look fit and healthy. So if me, who had all this research and was still watching these videos and feeling like, damn, like maybe I should consider it, I can't imagine how influential this could have been for, you know, people who don't have the time or want to do the effort of actually researching this vegan diet. It's so easy to just watch what people, you know, say online and then follow that, when so much of it is not enough calories, not enough fat, not enough just everything. I do personally typically live a high carb, low fat diet, but I still make sure to get healthy fats in my diet from, you know, chia seeds, nuts, avocados, and generally whenever I crave something, you know, again, like was mentioned on some of these other videos, I kind of have a look at what is in it. If I'm craving some fish, which happens, then I go like, well, I know fish has a lot of fat, I know it has omega-3s, maybe my brain is requiring some of those things, so I look to find alternatives. There are supplements you can take, and it doesn't mean you need to switch back straight to animal products. I do understand that if you do not eat this balanced diet, that you can have a lot of health issues. Especially recently, I've been doing a lot of research about macro and micronutrients, about fats, proteins, and carbohydrates, and what we actually need to do in our body. You can check out the link below. I've written a couple of articles actually for a website, so check those down below. But what I found is that our bodies need fat and they need protein. And this is to make sure our brain works well, that our gut works well, and all of that. So the reason a lot of these ex-vegans were experiencing everything from brain fog to IBS and all this could potentially be from just the lacking of nutrients. By potentially be, I mean definitely is from the lacking of nutrients. And this is not due to the vegan diet, it is just due to their particular restrictive diets. So many of these people were raw vegans, and so many of these people did these restrictive diets, and then yeah, you can definitely get serious health issues. So I'm very glad that you know, in the community there are people who are staying on being vegan and they are talking about this, because you can be healthy, you can be vegan, but it does require some research, and it's just, it makes me really sad, you know, that the people, especially people who built their whole brand about it and how, oh, you know, the meat industry is barbaric, the dairy and egg industry is disgusting, how could you eat meat? I found that people who are really outspoken about all these things and now they're eating animal products, it's, you know, it's just really disheartening, because we do know the truth, and we know that there are vegans who have been vegan their entire life and they are healthy. Just again, have a look at Nina and Randa, like Madeline Petch. Those are now very famous YouTube vegans who have been vegan from their birth. Do they look malnourished? Do they look unhealthy? Not at all. And it is fully possible, and I'm definitely planning on being vegan for the rest of my life. I'm planning on raising my kids vegan. It's just now such a part of my life, and it did require research. It did require a lot of research and studying. So please, if you are considering going vegan, do your research, because it is possible to become malnourished. Don't jump on these trends and all these fads that are going on. We don't need these extremes, and we need to try and shift this whole perception of the 21st century media that women need to be as skinny and as thin as possible to be attractive. And what I find interesting in the realm of that is, you boys, if you're still watching, do you really find that attractive? Because I know women always want to be as skinny as possible, but then men don't necessarily want that, you know? So what are the women doing? Like, to impress themselves? Or are they trying to impress society or men? Like, what's going on here? It's unhealthy, and I think that's a large part of the reason we're having these ex-vegans now with health issues, because it was very much connected to the beauty and the perception. I'm going to try my best as well to be kinder to myself, to be kinder to my body, and I encourage all of you to, you know, love yourself more the way your body is, because we don't need to restrict ourselves whether you're an omnivore or a vegan. You want to be eating a healthy, balanced diet of fats, proteins, and carbohydrates to ensure you have all the vital, essential fatty acids and amino acids and minerals and nutrients to power your brain, as well as keep your body nice and healthy. So I just wanted to add my 2 cents that I am quite disappointed by this turn of events. Of course, I hope these ladies recover and get healthy and fit, and I definitely hope that they've taken the time to watch Mike the Vegan, because he talks about alternatives to fixing IBS and alternatives to this brain fog. And for you, if you're a new vegan, do not be discouraged by this. Please just make sure to take your B12 supplements, eat enough of all 3 of these things, and cook your food. Cooking food was part of our evolution. Also have a video on that. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. My name is Kat. I hope I hope omnivores don't take this as a victory. It's really comes down to more individual diets than veganism as a whole, because we know just as many people who are malnourished or obese from omnivore diets as people who have issues on vegan diets. But thank you so much for watching this. If you want to learn anything more about my vegan journey, where I did so much research, I do have a website, which is myveganexperiment.com. There you can just check out all the things about iron and fats and all that jazz, all the things you need to know. And remember, listen to your body. So if you are craving something, and if you're vegan and you're craving something, just take a moment to consider what is actually inside this thing that you're craving. Is it more fat? Is it more carbs? Like, that's the reason why we crave sugar. It's addiction and then needing the carbs. I don't eat any sugar, and I stuff my face with carbs and fruits and things like that, and I'm very happy and healthy. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this. If you have any questions, leave them down below. What are your thoughts about these ex-vegans? Are you vegan? Would you ever consider being vegan? Do you find this as a... yeah. That's just what's happening. Alright, thanks so much. Bye.